If you're looking for professional level day trading education and high quality trade analysis and dissection, you've come to the right place. My name's Pat Mitchell. I've been a professional day trader for the past 11 years, and I'm here to give you exactly that. High level professional day trading education, all here for free on YouTube and on X. And tonight, I'm going to be going over how to basically trust trend and trade trend. Just as a heads up before we get into the charts, and this is important, the two first trades that I'm going to go over on the exact same chart, I worked a chart over and over again. Those first two trades, that because I was live trading with my members, and I do a live trading course that's way different than most people. Those first two trades, those are the trades that we took. The last trade, and a trade that I'm actually going to pull a clip from live trading, I'm going to talk about how we trust trend and what to do and how to manage the position. And you'll see what I said before and then exactly how I traded it after. So buckle up. We're going to go into this. One sec here, folks. Oh, I got to pull in the P&L. One sec. Okay, let me share my screen. That will be shared. There we go. Sorry, guys. I know that took a second, but I wanted to make sure that audio was on and it shares the audio. So let's get into it here. So really nice trade here today. We were actually going to be watching Qs, and Qs triggered way nicer, a lot cleaner. But the way Qs was trading here, it actually came up into the level. This level is the trigger that we were looking for. So we just worked this chart multiple times. We were looking for the short, and I'll explain why. You can see these two pink trend lines that are on this daily chart right here. So those are going to be essentially our risk. We have high of day, which is this blue level, and then we are protected by trend. So this is a trade that's not only are we trading trend, that's more used as protection. Those are levels of resistance. You got to have to think about them as like physical brick walls in these trades. And that's exactly what they are. So for it to pound through high of day, pound through first trend, pound through second trend, all in one failed swoop without a sufficient pullback to get out green is very nil. The odds of that happening are close to zero. So you have to trust that. And the reason why I can trust that is I've seen this literally thousands of times throughout the course of my career. It's you have to look at them, like I said, not to repeat myself, but it does bear repeating. Those trends are like physical brick walls. So once market opens up, it pushes into pre-market high area. We wanted it through pre-market high, which it did, and that's where I start in. So start in there. It actually pulls nicely. I pay myself. I'm always going to pay myself back down into support, right? And this is your support right here of morning lows and morning range. And then as it pops back up here right into that level yet again, I add again, smoke the entry. It pulls nice and hard, done. So that's where I said the day is done. And I could pull it up, but you'll have to take my word for it. I don't want to subject you to a bunch of rambling and everything else in that live trading day. I just want to pull a specific clip. So, but Momentum members can most definitely back me up on that. I took that as my day. This next trade, and this is what separates me and my live trading course, the Momentum course. I do things in order to teach. These are teachable moments on the charts that then my members can benefit from. Now, I know that I can manage these positions. No matter what the market throws at me, I can manage it, right? So I wanted this to actually pop through this level, okay? And you'll see it did. It obviously did. And I was waiting for that. And those are those entries. So what you're seeing here and with all of these entries, and I know it looks wild, it isn't. It's very small, concise entries, just correcting my average on these pops. And then once it pops through and comes into that trend, that's where I actually apply size. So all of these entries down in here are very small. Some are 10 contracts, some are 15 contracts, some are 20 contracts. And for some of you, that might sound like a lot, but I trade very large size. So I'm waiting for a specific trigger in this to execute and apply pressure. And that's exactly what I did. So because it took longer than expected, I filled my live trading members in exactly how I was going to trade it. And I'm going to share that with you guys here this evening. Now, because, and my members all know that I'm extremely busy. I've got a very large property to manage here down in Costa Rica in the mountains. So it takes up my time in the morning. I have duties that I have to perform on my property every morning. So I have to go do that. So I ran out of time and I actually missed the big sell. And I knew that bitch was coming. As soon as it tagged that and rejected that, it was like, damn, that really sucks. I don't want to take it all off. I had to. That's why you'll see my last exit right there. I was going to hold some for that ride down because Q's is giving a really, really good clue, we'll call it, as to a sell-off. And when it happens, it's going to snap down. And a part of the clip that isn't in there, as I said, once this thing comes down, it's going to snap down really hard and fast once it breaks this morning trend, which that's exactly what it did. They stopped out all of these longs. And I want to show you a really good example of market manipulation. See, what they do, institutions, is they will look for areas to stop people out. They know that retail traders have absolutely no plan, no risk strategy in place. Once it cracks a level, even by that much, they get out and they freak out. So that's why my trading's different. I know what the institutions are waiting for, and I can see their move. They're just one step ahead. It's not like crystal ball reading or fortune telling or anything like that. It's not about being predictive. It's about seeing this stuff happen over and over and over again and understanding who your opponent is. Your opponent isn't necessarily the market. It's institutional traders. Institutions have the ability to move these stocks any which way they want. And they look for setups. They make their money off of us, off of retail traders that don't know what the fuck they're doing. So if you're a retail trader that is constantly getting stopped out and getting washed on and getting fucked on, you're a mark. You need to get educated. So this, I knew once this breaks, if it breaks, I should say, if it breaks, it will snap down hard and fast, which is what it did. And that's what I was looking for. Didn't get it, ran out of time, but you can see from those entries down at like 60, 70 cents, it went all the way up to 250. That would be like taking a penny stock that is worth 60 cents and riding it into $2.50 within 20, 30 minutes. Those are the types of returns that you can get. It's wild. It's wild. And it's plain as day. You can see it. This isn't a claim. This is what it is. And I'm saying that for a reason. Wink, wink, YouTube. So on this here, I'm going to pull up exactly how I was going to manage this position once I was done. So hang tight. I'm just going to press play. Okay. So I'm going to explain how I'm going to manage this. This position pops to here, this first trend. I'm going to whack it. And as it squeezes up on big thrusts up, I will add pressure to get out on any pullback. And I will be green in this position by the time. On any pullback, that's the name of the game. That's how you manage this. Once it starts going higher than expected, which is into that trend, and that's the lesson. Remember, the specific lesson for my members was how to manage a trade that is going against you. Once it goes against you, you are looking for any pullback to get out. You need to apply pressure. You need to suck it up, that feeling in the pit of your gut where it's like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. That's when you need to act. That's why trading is so difficult, and it's such a mental challenge for traders, is because they're so afraid to pull the trigger at the scariest moment. And that's what I'm trying to get across. Now, my members know this, but for you guys, it's adding at the scariest moment. When I say apply pressure, I'm applying pressure not to work a trade all the way back down to zero. I'm working it just to get out on that pullback. And that's exactly what has happened right here on these entries. When I apply that pressure on any pullback, I will be green, just like I said. And sure enough, I was. Or it just comes down. Once it comes, and that's basically it. That's all I wanted to show you. That was the plan. And I know that was very quick, but this is for my live trading members. And I don't like putting too much of that stuff because they do pay a premium for that and they take this very serious. And that education is for them. But I did want to share that with you guys, that these plans, all of these moves that you see that happen on the chart, I say what's going to happen before it happens, because there's two sides to it. Either it does that or it drops. There's no other in between. There's not, it's going to run up a mile and stop me out. It won't do that. It can't. It can't do that without a catalyst, guys. Okay. And once you understand that and you've seen it 1,000 times, that's where the confidence comes in. This is why you see the consistency that you do on this channel. Okay. I've been doing this a long time. I'm not some kid that lives in his mom's basements that's trying to pull the wool over on you guys. This is what happens day in and day out. And this is where the frustration comes in when people come into this channel and they think they know something. But if they would just read the comments, all of the comments are the members saying, yeah, you called it. You said exactly that. And then it happened. My members aren't young kids. They are all professional adults, right? And that should hold some weight as well. And the reason why I say this is I started this channel years ago in order to legitimately help people. I want to show people there's a way out to break chains and all that bullshit. There is a way and a path forward to freedom. There is. And it's right here. And it's, if I wasn't being held back by YouTube, which we're getting handled right now, we're actually in talks with them right now because there's a bunch of bullshit going on my channel that is crazy. So for new people that are coming in and watching this channel and you're like, oh, how do you only have this many subscribers or this many views? Oh, trust me, it is far more. And I have proof and evidence on the back end on my analytics. It's crazy what they're doing to this channel. That's going to be a video for another time because I am putting out a video of that because it's absolute nonsense. But long story short, if you want to learn how to come trade like a professional, you're not a gambler, you want to legitimately learn how to do this, come to tricktrades.com. If not, you don't have to. Continue to watch my free stuff, but you do have to like and you do have to subscribe. I think that's only fair. It's just going to take you longer, no matter whose YouTube channel you are. So if you feel like you have all the time in the world to reach your day trading goals, by all means, just continue with the free stuff, guys. But for the ones that are truly serious, come to tricktrades.com and work with a coach that can actually get you where you want to be and actually gives a shit if you make it. Adios, folks. I'll see you tomorrow.